Welcome to this edition of Tech Trends. Upwork is now a unicorn. These are companies valued at over $1 billion US, and this follows what many describe as a successful IPO that happened a few weeks ago. What does Upwork really do? It simply serves as a platform to connect freelancers with clients. On the show today, I chat with the COO of a freelancing platform seeking to achieve this feat in Africa. Our tech tips looks at 3 tech assumptions that may not be true. We have quite a lot lined up for you, but first, some tech news and updates. This is Tech Trends, and I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.
When it comes to running businesses and day-to-day living, adequate management of power consumption is quite critical, especially in a country where power supply is limited. Grid Systems, a tech-enabled startup, solves this problem through a simple way to quantify power consumption from multiple power sources.
This is the board file of the circuit board we are going to be designing. So after the drawing process, this software is called a CAD, computer-aided design tool. After we do this process, we print out the board on a special kind of paper called glossy paper.
Copper-cladded board. Then we transfer the design, the PCB design, onto that board. The board is etched in an acid bath. We apply a solder mask to that board. Then the finished board is now drilled and the components are assembled to that board.
They build web-enabled smart meters that allow effective monitoring of energy consumption, targeted at reducing costs and protecting power sources from improper use. Founded by Ifedayo Oladapo, who is experienced in developing embedded systems for powertrains, the home-built technology is tailored to the requirements of under-electrified communities.
Before I started Grid Systems Engineering, I was selling solar hybrid power systems and auxiliary power systems. And we had some challenges in terms of marketing those and dimensioning them properly. So we needed a multi-circuit power meter with advanced data analytic features, and we bought a couple of different meters on the market, but we really couldn't find one that did exactly what we wanted. The problem statement here in Nigeria, because the energy landscape is a little bit more complex, people using different types of power sources and ultimately having different consumption profiles on each different power source, requires different tooling, different types of hardware, and also different types of approaches in terms of analyzing that. So I built my own. So initially it was a tool that I built for myself to use as a solar hybrid system installer. Yeah.
Once installed, users can remotely view graphs, receive notifications, and generate simple language reports about their power supply mix. Be it solar panels, generators, inverters, or the grids, the systems can infer resource usage and running costs of the different power source.
What happened relatively quickly after we built the first device, we built quite a few other devices. Most of them weren't IoT devices, most of them were sort of passive electronic or power electronic devices. And very soon after we built the device, we got some interest from the Co-Creation Hub, which invested a little bit of money for us in us, and we sort of realized, as a result of the input from the attention we received, that there are a lot of different applications for this device in terms of protecting power sources, fault-tolerant payment systems, and data analytics on a very interesting level. So I mean, data analytics we do isn't just measured quantities, it's also derived quantities where we model power sources and power consumers. So we would have different models that sort of describe what's going on with your inverter, solar, generator, pretty much any kind of power source you want. And we have a family of devices. So we have a multi-circuit power meter, we have a utility meter, we have extensions and accessories for those devices, and we have a meter interface device that we can use to connect to any pretty much any type of meter. And we also do a little bit of bespoke electronic development. So we've done some work mostly for people in the energy sector, but also for people in the automotive sector. where they've had a specific kind of device, something simple that they wanted made relatively quickly. And so the advantage that we have over, a foreign design bureau is that we can implement very quickly and very cheaply. So it's not one product, it's a family of products and services that we can sort of deliver in a modular fashion. Yeah.
The multi-source energy optimization helps to increase the time spent on cost-effective sources like inverters and reduces the time spent on expensive sources like generators. The uniqueness of this technology is not limited to measuring power or discerning its source. It can estimate fuel consumption, ascertain the battery life of the inverter, and also cross-check the billings from utility regulators. There's also a 3D printing room where computer-generated digital models are used to create real-world objects. The printers follow the shape of the model by stacking layer upon layer of material to make the object.